Thank you for tuning in for our informational video on considering the cost with ease using PerformA-Bid.com. Hi, I'm your host, Davis Rogers. I hold a master's degree in structural mechanical engineering, and I'm the owner of Solid Builders, Inc. Been a Class A builder for over 15 years. If you have a moment, please go to www.PerformA-Bid.com, and we're going to walk you through how this estimating tool can help your bottom line. Our objectives in this three-part series is to show you the typical solutions for estimating, show you our solution for doing estimates with PerformA-Bid.com, and show you how easy it is to get started. It's truly as easy as 1, 2, 3. We'll start out by a story. Daryl, a contractor, has a pretty good operation going on, but the disappointments are endless. Hours of crunching numbers for takeoffs, not making the profits that he was thinking he was going to make, jobs taking way much longer than he expected. He's running back and forth, getting materials, chasing subs for scheduling issues, phone calls, emails, putting in hours of estimating and winning the bid, but knowing he's dreading all of the paperwork that comes along with it and very tired. Do you think he's looking for a better way to run his company? Our solution for estimating: having a detailed estimate in less than 20 minutes. Be within 97% accuracy of your projected profit. Finishing jobs in a timely manner without the stress. Have materials delivered with ease. Managing all of your subs so they perform like clockwork. Placing 7 bids per month and not even feeling the stress. Does that sound like something you could use? Let me show you how important the estimate is to your accounting system. It's the cornerstone of the entire project. Look here in the lower left-hand corner. You might ask yourself, what is that? It's your estimate. It's the bread and butter of your business, whether you realize it or not. Everyone claims they'll give you a free estimate. Why? Because it's the only way you have a shot at getting the work. You don't realize that it's the gateway into your success, and most people don't even invest a dime into their estimate. If you had an investor say to you that he can make a 200% return on your investment in less than a day, you would jump all over it. But at the same time, you'll probably think he's joking. I'm telling you that this tool is a return on your investment that makes that look like a joke. Think about it. 7 professional estimates for less than $50 a month. Saving time, making profit, growing your business. It's a no-brainer. Let's see where else this estimate takes you in your accounting system. It feeds right into your purchase orders. This is what you will be using to get your materials delivered to you. The tools needed, not a notepad while you're walking through the supply house. You don't purchase materials like you're in a grocery store. You order your materials with a purchase order so your accounting can be managed. This may not seem to be important now, but keep in mind, the tax man cometh at the end of each year. That can help you also with entering bills and reconciling with the bank. Managing information in your project just got easy from day to day. Benefits of PerformA-Bid.com. It's efficient. It minimizes repetitive calculations and potential errors. Ideal for large projects. You can draft using existing plans. You have improved customer service where you have more time with your customer than you do trying to do a takeoff. Professional and personalized packages are available case by case. And you can increase your profits quickly, accurately, and detailed estimates coming at you instantly. Who can use PerformA-Bid.com? Demolition contractors, remodeling contractors. Now that Daryl is enjoying the system, he can also earn a residual income by sharing PerformA-Bid.com with his colleagues, and he'll get a 10% referral fee for every purchase that's done on his site. Yes, you're getting paid again to be organized. Why not get rewarded for the good work? Architects and developers and insurance agents all can be Daryl's referrals to his system, and he can get a 10% return on that investment. Do you see yourself in that list? Just about any other service business qualifies. So my questions to the audience is, how long do you spend on an estimate? How much do you think it costs to get that estimate done? If you said 1 to 10 days costing about $1,000, you're probably fairly right. But how accurate have your estimates been? 75 to 90%? Did you make the profit that you thought you were going to make? Do you wish there was a better way? Let me show you one. The flowchart of an estimate. This is a typical project example where the material cost comes out to be about $20,000. It probably takes about an hour to figure out with phone calls and a spreadsheet. But this is the easy part of the estimate. It really is just the beginning. There's about 526 items for a new construction project. So for example, if you had block work as a recipe where there's sand, water, and mortar, you would have to figure out how much sand and how much mortar you would need to purchase and how much you would pay the sub for the project. You get the idea. You have labor costs, labor hours. How many people actually can do that with payroll accounting? Especially if the minimum wage is about to increase to $10.10 an hour. That'll throw your little square footage cost approach completely out the back door. So let's say that came out to $18,000 and your equipment cost is $1,000 or $2,000. Or whatever the case may be, because that's a phone call away when you're putting together your estimate. You have direct overhead of $3,000, indirect overhead of $1,000, subtotal of $44,000, escalation costs in case the materials go up over the next 3 months. You want to have that covered. Your contingency cost, your profit of 8%. Most contractors put 20%, but that's probably because they're not accounting for all of these other things that they should be accounting for. So the contract price is $53,240. After all that calculating, you now have to write a contract to reflect your numbers. Are you tired yet? Just imagine you have 4 more of these to do, and the customers are waiting for you to call them back. Poor Daryl. He's probably very frustrated right about now. With our tool, you would have been done before you left the property and ordering material to be delivered the next day with a check in your hand. Wouldn't that be nice? So, controlling costs after the estimate is you want to be able to get the job done under budget. And there are 4 profits from your efforts as follows. You want to have the estimated profit achieved in your estimate. Let's take another look at this estimate for percentage of accuracy. So, for the materials, let's say you were 75% accurate. Labor, 80% accurate, being very conservative. Equipment costs, 100% accurate. Remember, that's just a phone call away. Your direct overhead, 90%, direct overhead, indirect overhead, 75%. Your escalation of about 80%, contingency about 80%, and profit, say about 80%. So what is the loss on your bottom line with those percentages? On this particular project, you have lost $11,071.50. Yeah, before you even start the job, you're in the red because you weren't accurate on those line items. This is what happens every time you do a project, but you don't realize it. So profit 2 is fuel savings from having an accurate PO. When you're able to have a purchase order for your materials, you don't have to run back and forth to get materials, which is a big savings on your bottom line. Your fuel. Profit 3 is easy supervision of subs. And profit 4 is job cost accounting. Being able to understand where your funds have actually gone. For small contractors, this will help expand your company. For large contractors with payroll, it's your bottom line. So added benefits of using a system: easy tax preparation. You should be able to turn your taxes in within the first or second month of each season. Easy accounting reconciliation. Even after you haven't checked in with the bank over the course of months, you should be able to reconcile with the bank in seconds. Minimal typing burden. After typing a person's name, address, phone number, and a scope of work, you should be just enjoying managing that project, not typing a whole bunch of data and trying to figure out a whole bunch of calculations. Minimize errors and mistakes up front. Minimize repeatability of efforts. And cut estimating time down by 99%. And climbing. You can actually manage your payroll with ease, and we can show you how. Change orders, purchase orders, work orders, all with ease. How to use the PerformA-Bid.com system. It's very easy. Just go to www.PerformA-Bid.com. This is what the screen will look like. You enter your zip code and your email address in the locations you see flashing on the screen. You select the project type that you're interested in. This may be a new construction project, an addition, a deck, a driveway, a fence. Just click on the big red arrow and it'll drop down and you choose what you're needing. Select the project type you're interested in from the drop down window and then it will take you to step number 2. In step number 2, you'll have a rendering of what that project type looks like. You'll again have to take a drop down of that particular list to get a more detailed idea of what it is you're trying to do. For example, it could be a new construction project that's on a crawl with a brick exterior, or it could be a new construction project on a slab with siding exterior. Choose what best fits the project you're trying to do. After you have selected your project, if the dimensions that you have in the sample project are not accurate, just put what you're interested in where the flashing arrows are. You have one of 4 options for payment. You can get the free quote for any of our projects. By clicking the yellow button, you can get a sample of that. Clicking the red button, you will actually get the free quote. Samples of different quotes are provided under the big red buttons in the yellow box. For the real quote of your project, hit the big red button. When you see the sample, you'll notice that it's structured in a very organized manner. You'll see the grand total of all of the material costs in the last page of the free quote estimate. Takeoff with quantities are also available in the button right next to it. You can see a sample of a takeoff by hitting the yellow button. Notice the structure of the data, sorted by category for easy to read experience for you and your client. It's also subtotaled for each category. There's a grand total for your materials and also a quantity for each material in this report. This is your purchase order. And finally, there's a full estimate with labor and materials as described in part 1. That button is found here. You place the red button to actually pay for your paid version, or you can click on the yellow button and see a sample of that report. Sorted by category for an easy to read experience for you and your client, and subtotaled for each category. But at the bottom of this report, you'll notice that there's a payroll structure that gives you all of what you're going to need to make your payroll. How to use the PerformA-Bid system. Recap. Just go to www.PerformA-Bid.com, enter your zip code and email address, select the project type you're interested in, and then provide any alternative dimensions if necessary. The button and the last button for just $49.95 a month will get you 7 estimates per month. This could be a saving you a mint in the long run with ease. Remember, in our previous example, there was an $11,000 loss before you even got started at 75 to 90% accuracy. Can you afford to keep doing it that way? At least get the free quote on the materials so you're not completely lost in the details. Thank you so much for listening, and I wish you the best in your construction career.